This episode of the Golf Gambling Podcast from the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Sign up with code GOLFSGPN to get a 50% deposit bonus up to $1,000. We're also brought to you by Edge Boost. Earn up to $750 a month on your sports gambling transactions. Go to edgeboost.com, promo code SGPN. We're also brought to you by Rhythm. The leader in data-driven picks and props, Rhythm is giving away $250 in March Madness for a March Madness party. Go to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/party for details. And then gear up with March Madness at the SGPN store. Promo code MADNESS for 20% off. Do it before the promo code is gone. Definitely grab a Golf Gambling Podcast shirt. Helps us out a ton. So let's get into it. We have the Cognizant, Honda, whatever you want to call it, PGA National. It's a home game for me. It's down the street. I'm very excited for this week. I will be there, not all week, but I'll be there a ton this week. So check back with me later in the week for the final insights. But I'm really excited for this week, and we know that PGA National is always a brute, always a tough course. But last year we saw some changes. We saw hole 10 change from a par 4 to a par 5. We saw some changes in the rough, and the scoring wasn't necessarily easy, but it wasn't the brutalest golf course we've ever seen. Now, this week is not going to be the brutalest golf course of every week. We have some rain coming. We have some rain right now. We have some rain tomorrow. So it's going to be a softer test, but that's going to make hitting fairways easier. Miss fairways, when you do miss fairways, more penal, but you're going to be able to attack from the fairways and hit greens, similar to what we saw at when Torrey Pines wasn't windy and it was Sunday and the guys were lighting it up and it was soft like that. I'm not saying this is Torrey Pines, but remember how Torrey Pines was so tough and windy, and then when it was soft over the weekend and not windy and guys lit it up on that Sunday. I think we're going to see something very similar to that. You got to hit fairways and you got to be able to attack with your middle irons. So let's get into the DFS board. I'm going to bring it up. We got two guys at the top. So we'll actually group these top four together. Actually, no, we'll just do Henley and Lowry right now. Henley and Lowry, who's the click? Who am I going to? Who am I not? Shane Lowry is coming into this event with some decent form, runner-up at Pebble Beach. Russell Henley also finished 5th at Pebble Beach, and they both have some nice course history. Russell Henley's won here before. Shane Lowry's got a 4th, a 5th, and a 2nd in back-to-back years, or 3 straight years. I do think with him being a little cheaper, it's going to make him the highest owned golfer. Not the highest owned golfer in the range, the highest owned golfer up here. I think Lowry is going to be the chalky guy up here. And I don't love him necessarily more than Russell Henley. He's $200 more. But like Russell Henley makes so much sense on any positional, not this is a positional to a T, but you got to hit your spots. Russell Henley is a Bermuda positional guy. And he's won here before. Last year wasn't great, but it was his first trip here since 2021. Dating back before that, it was a T3 and a T8 finish coming in. So Russell Henley has got the course history here. He's won here before, and he's got two T10s in his last 3 starts. This is a golf course at the Sony and at Pebble, golf courses that make sense for here. So at the top, my guy is Russell Henley. Shout out Mike Manning in the chat. Appreciate your support. Daniel Berger, Sungjae Im, Taylor Pendrith, Sepp Straka, Denny McCarthy, Minwoo Lee, Keith Mitchell, and Ben An. This is the 9K range. We'll split this into 2 spots. So we'll go down from Daniel Berger to Sepp Straka, then we'll do the rest of them. So who is my selection out of DB, Sungjae Im, Taylor Pendrith, Sepp Straka? Now, this is a DFS game, and you know I love Sungjae Im in DFS. I don't think he could win this event. I don't think you should bet him at 20-1, but I do think this is a fine price for him. He's could be the most skilled golfer in the field, and he's the fourth highest golfer in this field. So with that being said, I think Sungjae Im is a great click at the top of this 9K range. I think Taylor Pendrith is too expensive on a golf course like this. Daniel Berger, you're buying him at an absolute peak, and buying things at absolute peaks don't really work that often. And then that leaves Taylor Pendrith. Sepp Straka. Yeah, it makes sense too for Sepp Straka. This is a great golf course for him. Obviously, he's won here before, finished T5 here in 23, and he's coming in fine form. I know he missed the cut at Torrey, but he missed the cut at Torrey both times. So Torrey is not a spot for him. So Seth, I would rate this range. Sungjae Im 1, Sepp Straka 2, Daniel Berger 3, Taylor Pendrith 4. Bottom of the 9K range, Denny McCarthy, Minwoo Lee, Keith Mitchell, Ben An. Denny, when he makes sense, never really works out. Minwoo Lee's got some nice course history, and for some reason, Minwoo Lee just kind of fucks in Florida. He finished runner-up here in 24 last year, which was a backdoor runner-up, and I don't really remember him mixing too hard. But he's coming in some okay form. Hasn't missed a cut in a long time. T12 in Phoenix. The thing with Minwoo Lee is he just has so many spots in his game. Like the approach play was really good. Now it's really bad again. The off the tee is not great. The putter's been hit or miss, but I don't know like what I want to do with Minwoo Lee. And at 92, I think there's better players. But like I'm gonna be honest. I don't love the bottom of this 9K range. And if I'm going heavy with, I like Russell Henley. I like Sung J M at the top. Maybe build with two of them and get the guys from down below. So I think the bottom of this 9K range is gonna be a pass for me. Like Ben On, not hitting his irons well at all. You're going to find some more value down low. Keith Mitchell, always overpriced. Makes no sense. So if I had to pick one guy at the bottom of this 9K range, it would be a guy who I trust ball striking more is Ben On, but I really wouldn't say I trust it hard. 8K range, Davis Thompson, Cameron Young, Max Grazerman, Jordan Spieth, Ben Griffin. Let me pull my screen up. Let's fix it real quick. Jordan Spieth, Ben Griffin, Mike Kim, Kurt K. Oh, this 8K range is kind of small. So we'll just do the whole 8K range at once. And I'll say it right now. I love Davis Thompson at the top, $8,900 coming in off of 2 straight solid ball striking weeks. And he obviously had that really good finish, or not good finish, good start at Torrey Pines before he kind of fell off. But I do think he is the click at the top of this 8K range. I could see Cam Young being the first round leader being a nice DFS play, so I don't hate him in DFS, but I do like Davis Thompson probably a little bit better. I think I'm out on Max Grazerman and Jordan Spieth. Jordan Spieth loves the positional Bermuda track, but he hasn't played here ever, and I just don't trust his golf swing. A golfer I trust way more is Ben Griffin, because the flow chart is you play Ben Griffin on positional Bermuda tracks and you don't overthink it. So Ben Griffin in these designs never really fails you. I'm down for him. I think just do it. Just freaking do it. Ben Griffin 85. Then down the bottom of this 8K range, defending champ Austin Eckroat, Andrew Novak, Billy Horschel, Alex Smalley. Oh, Alex Smalley is 7K range. Shit, dude. Wait till we get there. So like I said, this 8K range is small. I will say I like Davis Thompson again. Then I would say Ben Griffin. I don't love what Austin Eckroat's doing off the tee, and he might be a nice fade for you. And Andrew Novak. I want to take a deeper look at Andrew Novak because when he's at his best, he's ball striking it hard. Andrew Novak, he's not ball striking it hard right now. A lot of his gains have been with the putter, and that's tough to trust. So I think I'm going to be out on Novak at this price. I love Ben Griffin. Kurt K, tough to trust. P-Raj, I'm going to pass here because I really like some guys in the 7K range. Before we get to the 7K range, I want to quickly run through some ads. Edge Boost, SGPN has partnered up with Edge Boost as the premier Visa debit card for bettors. An Edge Boost card allows you to avoid the hassle of having your card denied at the sportsbook. Earn up to $750 a month in cashback rewards for using Edge Boost, and you know your money is safe as the card is FDIC insured. The best part is no credit checks, and it's completely free. Sign up today and use promo code SGPN. You get better cashback rewards and instant tier 2 status. MyBookie.ag. We're also brought to you by MyBookie.ag. Props plus for every single game in the live dealer casino. MyBookie accepts customers, and also has a casino. Easy deposit and lightning fast payouts using crypto. Head to MyBookie.ag, promo code SGPN for 100% deposit match, plus a $10 casino chip. That's MyBookie.ag, promo code SGPN. And finally, Rhythm. Rhythm is throwing an epic March Madness party, and you're invited. All the Rhythm users are invited to a first 4 watch party Wednesday, March 19th at the awesome Stadium Swim at Circa Las Vegas. Free drinks, plus you get to hang out with the guys from SGPN and the college experience. Rhythm is also giving away $250 March Madness future for one lucky Rhythm user. Sign up today to get a 7-day free trial. sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. Come by and use Rhythm to help fill out your bracket. Free pool party plus a chance at a $250 future bet. Details sportsgamblingpodcast.com/party. sportsgamblingpodcast.com/party. Okay, 7K range. This range, there's a golfer in this range that I absolutely love. I just think he makes so much sense after what we've seen the last few weeks, chalk-wise, and what we saw last week. And that's a guy by the name of Alex Smalley, a guy that I saw in Phoenix striping to a different degree. And I bet him at 200 to 1. And he was second to last group, third to last group on Saturday before he ejected. And that ball striking has stuck. He's played really well. And what he did in Mexico was an absurdly generational ball striking prowess talent. Off the tee, mainly off the tee. But technically, I would not say Mexico is the best course for him. I would think this is a much better course for him. So after everyone was on him last week, getting a little flop lag, people are not going to want to go back to him. And this is an objectively better golf course for Alex Smalley. He plays out of Sedgefield. He went to Duke. He knows how to play these Bermuda courses, and he loves a positional track. So Alex Smalley, 7,900, might be in every lineup. So I do like Alex Smalley a ton up here. The rest of the guys in the 7K range towards the top that I want to give a nod to. We saw Luke Clanton play really good at Sedgefield, which is a golf course that asks you similar questions. Now, I will say he is from Florida. There's definitely some added pressure. He needs to make the cut to get that point. But this is a fair price for Luke Clanton for the ceiling that he possesses, so I don't hate it at all. And also at the same price, Brian Harman. He's having some of his best ball striking. He had his best approach week since the BMW over the summer. So Brian Harman's showing some good signs, and this is a golf course that should make sense for Brian Harman on paper. Taylor Moore, we're in a red state, and everyone knows you play Taylor Moore in a red state. Fact. If you have any connects with Potts, tell him I'm free. Okay, middle of the 7K range. Like I said, Taylor Moore. Gary Woodland. If I see Gary Woodland striping in these practice rounds, which he very well might, I could be in for him at 7,500. He's got some nice course history. Loves Florida for sure. Sam Stevens just withdrew. Now this 74 to 73 range is a range that I really, really like. That's Lee Hodges, Nikolai Horgard, Harry Hall, Bud Cauley, and that's it. And Doug Gim. Okay, so Lee Hodges has been striping so hard. He seems so confident over the ball, and he's talked in interviews how he's found some speed, and that's led to great things so far this season. So I'm definitely in on Lee Hodges. Nikolai's back, and Nikolai has the skill to be $12,000 in this field, and I'm not even kidding. Nikolai could easily be $12,000 in this field. He's beaten every golfer in the world before. He's a stud. He's so cheap. Play Nikolai Horgard. And Harry Hall's finding things. I do like him better on these positional golf courses than a bomber track necessarily. And looks like he's getting the ball striking's not there quite yet, like he was over the fall, but he's definitely finding things. He looks a lot better. And then Bud Cauley. Bud Cauley is hitting the ball as well as he has hit it in years, in like 3 years. And this is a golf course that he kind of had his coming out last year. He was not in the mix, but he played really well last year after he finally got back to the PGA Tour, and he's putt really, really well on this golf course. So I'm definitely down for Bud Cauley. And then finally, Doug Gim. Everyone knows Doug Gim loves the Players' Championship more than anyone. And there's definitely a ton of crossover and connections from PGA National to TPC Sawgrass, as well as over in Vegas when Doug Gim almost won that tournament this past fall. So Doug Gim on these style of golf courses is where he makes his hay. He's going to hit a ton of fairways. He's great with his middle irons. And at $7,200, I think you could do a lot worse than a Doug Gim with a, high ceiling but low floor. But volatile could be good down at $7,200. You get that T3 and you could be winning $1 million. So I'm down for Dougie G at 72. And then finally, 7K range to round it out, Tom Hoge. He has got awful course history. But I can't really think of a better golf course for Tom Hoge, tee to green wise. Like the dude will hit a ton of fairways. The dude's a great middle iron player. But what he's been up to recently, like with the ball striking and him like shooting 78 like twice the last like 3 weeks is kind of odd. But this is the opposite of Daniel Berger. Like you're buying Tom Hoge at his low. You're buying Daniel Berger at his high. They're both going to come back to the median. Tom Hoge's only going to go up. Daniel Berger's only going to go down. So I do like Tom Hoge at $7,100 in this field. He was 9K range last year, giga popular, I believe. Okay, 6K range. Before we get out of here, let me put my screen down and talk about some 6K golfers that I think can make you some hay. And that's Adam Svensson. Adam Svensson is a guy who has almost won this golf tournament before, has won the RSM Classic, won on Bermuda, and he loves a positional golf course. He plays out of Florida too. He's very used to these conditions. Where is he? Victor Perez. Victor Perez, $6,800. He's not been hitting the ball well, but I don't know if you remember, he sneaky mixed last year. He was in the third to last group on Sunday or Saturday, I believe, and didn't quite get there, but he played well. Vic Perez should have good memories coming back here. Also at the same price, Mateo Manacero, DP World Tour guy, and he's a positional merchant and a great iron player. Makes a ton of sense for PGA National. Down towards the middle of the 6K range, Ryo Hisatsune had gained 5 strokes on approach last week, and this is an exact golf course that Ryo should play well on. He won at the French Open course where they had the Olympics, and that's the most positional golf course with water. It's basically a Florida golf course in France, where Scotty obviously won the Olympics. He won the year before that. Makes a ton of sense for Ryo here, and he's played well at these golf courses before. Towards the bottom of the 6K range, it gets a little bit oblique, but Rikuya Hoshino, sorry, I was talking too fast. I talk too fast a lot, but it's kind of my thing. Also a very accurate golfer. He's not been in the best of form, but you're getting a decent player down at $6,300. And then Tim Vieding hasn't quite found his footing yet. He missed the cut by 1, I believe, in Mexico, but I would argue this is the best golf course for him since the Sony. I mean, it didn't work at the Sony for him either, but I would run it back at a similar style. I'm a high on this guy's ball striking ceiling, and at $6,200, you could definitely take a shot. So that rounds it up. You guys know where to find me during the week. We got the betting show Wednesday morning, I believe, or Wednesday afternoon, and I'll be out there all week. Hit me up on Twitter if you have any questions, and let's cash. Let's keep doing our thing. Talk to you soon. Peace out.